It is a minute after 10 p.m. Central African time. If you have just joined us, thank you so much for choosing us over the rest. African Diaries is the name of the show. Sheila Ndikumana keeping you company, and we're together for the next 2 hours. A big thank you has to go out to the team that is the team of Tshepiso Makwetla. Africa World Hour. Catch them tomorrow between 9 and 10 p.m. Central African time. In these 2 hours, we talk all things travel with the Twin Travel Tandem, and then we get into the world of TV and film and journalism with our very own Stagazelo Dlamini. I'd love to hear from you this evening. How are you doing? Are you in the south of our beautiful continent? If so, how are you coping with the weather? Because I'm not. Okay, +278 288 6684.
Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Sheila Ndikumana.
Amour, oyebi ke nalela yo lokola kilao na kolinga ozala kaka nyangai. C'est vrai. Vinanga isonja de l'instant na mona yo na komona yo partout. Je suis perdu. Pama sabatuna kankai pona yo. Na bomba kayo Bipai na bomba yo darling Motema Iloba lobo soyaka Lokola mtindi Namatoye Kokate famayo Sanga Pamasa batuna gelubu nini Bondo tomate Nalia puet nalango yo boye No, 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 no. Gris-grité, marabouté, bolingo à motima. Mawana répond na krakayo. La salle confiance, na pesi yo motima. Na kolati sa yo lopete.
C'est ça même. Oh. Doucement, doucement. Écoute ça. Pa 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 pa. Oh ya 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 ya.
Tangana misonanga dadu into me. Yokamote mananga when you dance between moms. Okamwate nandingeza likobeta sans l'heure. Merci na papati pasala imagina nakotosa ba condition nyoso tu bago pisanga poete ozala wangai pour la vie la décider nakopala yo mon amour la décider yo zawanga.
Before
goes down, we don't stop the talk. Channel Africa, the best nighttime radio.
Mr. Flavor Valley Dance Hard and a shower remix. You know. Baby, fire they go. All the boys sit down colo, and they want some poro potom potom pom. She con the pium 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 pium. Waka waka baby, uru baby, kona kona baby. And I go tell my mama, and I go tell my papa, and I go tell them say, you be waka waka baby, you be chuku chuku baby, baby sawale, sawa sawa sawale, sawa sawa sawale. Hey, pom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom. Pakolopa, 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 ipom pom. Ojari papa, ukuma baby, achukurege, ipom pom. Ashawo, awusha, awusha, ashawo, ashawo, awusha, pom pom. Pom pom. And the baby sawa lele, sawa le, sawa 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 le. My baby, let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. Let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. Let me feel it. My baby, let me feel it. My baby, lahi lahi ilala, aboki manu where the suya, aki aki alcohol. Me I want to chop money, I get them plenty plenty plenty. Looking for sexy sexy sexy. I want some poro potom potom pom. She con the pium 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 pium. Waka waka baby, uru uru baby, kona kona baby. And I go tell my mama, and I go tell my papa, and I go tell them say, you be waka waka baby, you be chuku chuku baby, baby sawale, sawa sawa sawale, sawa sawa sawale. Pom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom, ipom pom, iporokotom. Pakolopa, 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 ipom pom. Ojari papa, ukuma baby, achukurege, ipom pom. Ashawo, awusha, awusha, ashawo, ashawo, awusha, pom pom. Pom pom. And the baby sawa lele, sawa le, sawa 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 le. Mr. Flavor, put it outside. Remix. What the wild pun dancer. Yeah.
This one titled Nwa Baby by Flavor, the Ashawo remix. If you've just joined us, good evening to you and yours. Welcome to African Diaries. Before that, Monique Tende pouring out her love on a song dubbed Nalingio, taking us to Central Africa. Monique Tende is an Afro-pop Congolese singer and songwriter. 10 minutes after 10 p.m. Central Africa time, a quick breather, some music, and then when we get back, we will be scribing in our diary.
Nkhanza zokhudza amuna ndi azimayi kapena kuti gender based violence GBV zikuwononga mioyo komanso phwasulamizi zikuchitika m'manyumba, m'masukulu, malo ogwirira ntchito ndipo kwambiri mwakachetechete, koma sizikuyenera kupitirira. Mukazimva yankhulani, ngati mwakhuzidwa funani chithandizo, chifukwa kusachita chilichonse sikuthandiza. Mverani kuma wireless onse 14 a SABC kuchokera lachitatu pa 23 mwezi uno wa Julai kuti mumve zokambirana, malangizo, masewero, zionetsero za maphunziro ndi mafunso okhuza nkhanza za amuna ndi azimayi ndi akatswiri, anthu opulumuka ku nkhanzazi, kukhazikitsa lamulo komanso dziko lonse lokhuzidwa ndi nkhanzazi. Zonsezi pa wireless yomwe mumayikonda ya SABC. Imbirani pa nambala 0800 428 428 kuti munene za nkhanzazi kapena kupeza chithandizo. Nkhanza zokhuza amuna ndi azimayi zimatha ndi inu. Uthenga ukufikani kuchokera ku SABC.
4 days to go before the new era on SABC2, and a show that I'm looking forward to is Let's Connect. Big personalities, honest conversations, and stories people will be discussing from everywhere relating to everyone.
Your life, your rhythm, your Africa. Channel Africa. Find it for free on Google Play and the Apple App Store.
One is the joy that you cannot waste, and the other one price that you cannot fix. This is the peace that you cannot buy, finding a way when you cannot see. Man with this system, he cannot pray. I need to find relief, but behind my mind it runs. All these thoughts have trouble me. Finding to give up my pain, finding to be on my lane. My mind running to the other side when it's time to leave my life. Then it tries to take me out, tell you what I need, right? Yeah, I really need my love. I really need to free my love. I really need your love. I need to free my mind out. I really need your love. I really need to free my love. I really need your love. Oh yeah, to set me free, freer than the open mind, farther than the eyes can handle, freer than the ocean now. Yeah, yeah, to set me free. Now I need to find release, set me to the open sky. Now I need to free my mind. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, I don't, yeah, oh no. I might be might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling. I might be falling, yeah.
Africa Speaks on African Diaries with Sheila Ndikumana. 60 years of broadcasting Africa to the world. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Now that I have your attention, look, I ain't got a car or a mansion, but a nigga is handsome type. You ain't gotta carry us with looks. Maliwena, nigga, it's a couple and where we shook blind. So let us push by. Undercover, but show me you look nice. Keep them guessing, what does she look like? But one for the books. All I'm trying to say is that I'm aging. I'm tired of running around with all these ladies. It's time to settle down. I know this might come off a little crazy, but for when I got like this lady, girl, you got the crown.
My life for the first time, stole my heart, I might just lift a butterfly away. We still got love, yeah. And if you move like a thug, baby, I won't judge. Give me a kiss and a hug, tell her what you must away. Getting hammered now.
One of the trendiest songs in 2025. This one titled, or rather by Casper Nyuvest, coming through alongside Lord Kes, and that one titled Aware, the remix. Before that, Thames was Freeing Our Mind. It is 20 after 10 p.m. Central African time. Let's pay some bills. When we get back, we scribe in our diary.
Madapiri bazoshitika. Madapiri bazoshitika.
Madotolo oposa 1,500 amene amagwira ntchito yaulere mu zipatala zaboma mu dziko la Zambia azanyanyala ntchito lachisanu sabata ya mawa, ndipo Daniel Shabanda kutambasula nkhani.
Madotolo oposa 1,500 amene amagwira ntchito mopanda malipiro apamwezi dziko la Zambia akuyembekezera kuyamba kunyanyala ntchito. Ichi ndi chifukwa chakuti boma lalephera walemba ntchito monga mmene lidawalonjezera. Channel Africa News yalankhulana ndi mkulu wa bungwe la madotolo la Resident Doctors Association of Zambia, Dr. Paul Chiwe. Akugomeza kuti madotolo ambiri amene akugwira ntchito mu zipatala zaboma akugwira ntchito yaulere, ndipo ali ndi chiyembekezo chakuti tsiku lina adzalembedwa ntchito ndi boma.
Zochitika pa nthawi ya 6 koloko kufikira 7 koloko madzulo, lolemba mpaka ka Lagisano di Madapiri.
African Diaries, weekdays, 10 till midnight.
Dear African Diary, sometimes you stay in one place so long that everything feels familiar, mundane, your routine, your space, and the people around you. You know what to expect. And then you travel, and suddenly everything feels new. The sights, the smells, the sounds. It's overwhelming, but in such a beautiful way. Travel opens you up to new opportunities and, in all honesty, to new experiences and endless chances to learn, to grow, to share. It changes people. Being on our own in a new space sounds scary at first, but once you do it, you realize how clear your inner voice becomes. Travel teaches you that being alone is okay. It's beautiful even. It helps you listen to your heart and helps you understand what you truly want from life.
Africa's very own think tank. This is Channel Africa Online. www.channelafrica.co.za.
It is 23 minutes after 10 p.m. Central African time. We have scribed in our diary, and it's now time for us to get into a recap. This is an opportunity to reflect on some of the conversations that have been, and we kickstart off with the Rise and Shine team. Now, female genital mutilation, also known as FMG, is a global human rights violation affecting an estimated 230 million women and girls. The Rise and Shine team unpacks this by speaking to Sally Ncube, Equality's Now regional representative for Southern Africa, about the findings of a report that was written addressing FGM.
Let's focus now on female genital mutilation, or FGM, a global human rights violation affecting an estimated 230 million women and girls. While laws banning the practice exist in many countries, enforcement is often weak and survivors face significant barriers to justice. A new report by Equality Now, supported by the Thomson Reuters Foundation, looks at how strategic litigation is being used around the world to strengthen protections, close legal gaps, and defend hard-won laws. We now speak to Sally Ncube, Equality Now's regional representative for Southern Africa, about the findings of this report and the role of courts in the fight to end FGM. Sally, thank you for joining us for this very important topic. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us. Hope you're well.
It's our pleasure. Why in 2026 are we still talking FGM, female genital mutilation? As we know, it's a human right abuse. It has also been banned in other countries, a lot of countries, in fact. It's unlawful, but we're still battling to do away with it completely.
So the thing is, while female genital mutilation in quite a number of African countries have been, there are laws that are against or that are anti-FGM, we still have religious practices. We still have communities where survivors of female genital mutilation do not access justice and are not aware of their rights. And communities also are not aware that it is a violation of human rights and that it is a serious crime, and that there are laws and processes to protect survivors, or there are laws and processes to ensure that perpetrators are held accountable.
Keeping things on the move, Palisatau and Benjamin Mushatama unpack the reality that children in many African homes are spending more time online, and a hidden risk is growing, and this is online betting. So they spoke to Ladipo Abiose Akulade, the founder of Gamble Pause Initiative Africa.
But while parents worry about screen time, there's a growing risk that's hiding in plain sight. Online betting, or is it online, gambling? in several African countries also we are seeing it made cheaper because you can even get these USSD codes, airtime bonuses, and all these free spins through these football culture influencers and peer WhatsApp groups. Children as young as 10 to 12 are being introduced to betting, often without adults noticing. Well, to help us on the conversation on this one, we're joined on the line by our guest, Abioso Ladipo, who is a founder of Gamble Pause Initiative Africa, which is a Nigeria-based organization focused on gambling-related harm. Abioso, welcome on the show.
Thank you very much.
Is it gambling or is it betting when we make reference here? Because I think maybe we make it softer when we say it's betting, when we know it's actually gambling.
So I think basically it's gambling, right? So gambling is more like a universal word because it's ranges from lottery gamings, casino gamings, then the online sports betting. So I think the word betting generated from the online sports betting, but generally we could use the word gambling because it's gambling.
And then on Africa Update, a breaking news story: an alleged attempt was made on the life of Yandre Pretorius after his vehicle was shot at multiple times. Pretorius was previously named by murdered witness D. This is Marius van der Merwe at the Madlanga Commission.
Thanks for having me.
Griselda, you know, we heard you, we watched you speaking to the Commissioner, Tomim Tombeni. Please just unpack for us exactly what happened and just give us some details.
Well, Lulu, what we know at this stage, in fact, just to paint a picture for you of what's at the scene at the moment, it's still quite active. You have the Provincial Police Commissioner of Gauteng, Tomim Tombeni, who is still on location at this stage. He's confirmed to us that indeed this was a hit, and 16 bullets were pumped into a white bakkie that was being driven by the victim. Now, we do understand that the victim is believed to be a man who was mentioned at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry, and this was by Witness D. You'd recall Witness D, Marius van der Merwe, who was assassinated last year. He'd mentioned that the victim of this attempted hit was at the scene, you'd recall, of the issue pertaining to Mr. Mbenze, whose body was dumped in Boksburg, and that's where the name of the man who survived this hit came through. But
And then lastly, with the Upside team, as South Africa marks 50 years of broadcast, viewing habits are shifting fast. Mateko Masito and Tebogo Lekhuleni spoke to Thabang Mnisi, media professional.
Audience behavior is already telling a clear story. In South Africa, this conversation carries extra weight as the country marks 50 years of broadcast, a milestone that highlights just how dramatically viewing has shifted from scheduled television to on-demand, mobile-first, and connected screen experiences. Even though 2026 is only just beginning, change is already accelerating. Audiences are experimenting faster, platforms are adapting quicker, and the line between watching, creating, and interacting continues to blur. From fan-driven content and shorter formats to live sport, live streaming, and connected TV, 6 key shifts are set to define how South Africans engage with streaming this year. To unpack what's driving these changes, we are joined on the line by Leslie Adams, Sales Director at Africa. Leslie, thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the Upside. I tell you what, 50 years of broadcast in South Africa, that's a long time. But you would be the best to tell us where it all began in terms of our viewing behavior back 50 years ago to what it is right now.
I don't know if a recap is my specialty, but definitely a current perspective and maybe even a forecast is where I play my role. But over the 50 years of television South Africa, which launched late, by the way.
Yeah.
South Africa delayed the initiation and adoption of TV due to the propaganda nature and the power of the platform. And I think that has remained consistent throughout the years of TV.
31 minutes after 10 p.m. Central Africa time for these stories and more. Please do head over to YouTube, watch the interviews as they have been segmented and podcasted for your benefit. So you want to head over to Channel Africa on YouTube, head over to the video section and you should be able to find your interview of interest. I urge you to even peruse through the content that currently exists. If not, www.channelafrica.co.za. And then lastly, keep on the pulse with the station at Channel Africa 1 on all social media platforms. In just a short bit, we will be speaking to Musidi Mutei, who is the co-founder of Twins Travel Tandem.
From Cape to Cairo, every beat tells a story. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
Dreams are made of love, dreams are made of flowers, dreams are made of feelings, dreams are made of passion, dreams are made of money, dreams are made of family, dreams are made of you and your mind. All those that you had when you were a child, ago. Believe that they still stand, 'cause your time is now. Just believe in yourself. Just believe in yourself. Don't let your crown down. Don't let your crown down. Who you ain't, 'cause you know just who you are. And in time you will see just what you're made of. So go find your way. Dreams are made of tears, dreams are made of fears, dreams are made of enemies, dreams are made of friendships, dreams are made of your talents, dreams are made of greatness, dreams are made of bad weather any day. When you were ago. Believe that they still stand, 'cause your time is now. Just believe in yourself. Yeah. Yourself. Don't let your crown down. Don't tell you who you ain't, 'cause you know just who you are. And in time you will see just what you're made of. So find your way. Just believe in yourself. Just believe. Don't let your crown down. 'Cause you know just who you are. Just what you're made of. So go find your way. Everybody wants to be somebody. Just believe in yourself. 'Cause you know just who you are. Everybody wants to be somebody. Just believe in yourself. Just believe. 'Cause you know just who you are.
Get Channel Africa on DSTV Audio Bouquet. Channel 802.
Plus de larmes, peu de peine. Beaucoup d'amour, peu de haine. Beaucoup de mal de je t'aime. Mais au final, toi tu restes. Et mon bébé, ce sera toi. Et personne d'autre que toi. Tu le resteras à jamais, je le sens. J'aime quand t'es love, quand tu me rappelles. Tu me préfères au naturel. Tu me dis que je suis la plus belle. Tu fais monter mes décibels. Tu me fais tomber la. Tu me fais tomber la. T'aimer comme au premier jour, comme au premier rendez-vous. Tomber la. Tu me fais tomber la. T'aimer comme au premier jour. Premier rendez-vous. J'aime quand on fait parler les autres. J'aime quand on fait parler les autres. Et même si j'ai tort, tu me rappelles. Et même si t'as tort, je te rappelle. Toi tu tiens le frein, les rênes. Moi je porterai tous les maux et les peines. Y'a qu'avec toi que je fly away. Y'a qu'avec toi que je fly away. J'aime quand t'es love, quand tu me rappelles. Tu me préfères au naturel. Quand tu me dis que je suis la plus belle, tu fais monter mes décibels. Tu me fais tomber la. Tu me fais tomber la. T'aimer comme au premier jour, comme au premier rendez-vous. Tomber la. Tu me fais tomber la. T'aimer comme au premier jour, comme au premier rendez-vous. Premier jour,
Trips all the way to Gabon, and this with Emma, and this one titled Decibel. Before that, we had Deborah Debs coming through, and Deborah Debs gave us a song titled Dream. It is 39 minutes after 10 p.m. Central Africa time. In just a short bit, we're talking all things travel. For now, let's pay some bills.
Je, una jambo lolote akilini mwako? Je, una shauku kuhusu masuala muhimu? Na je, una maoni ambayo unataka yasikike? Kweli, hili jukwaa ni la kwako. Piga simu au tuandikie kwenda WhatsApp namba alama ya kujumulisha 2760552594 na tutakupigia simu.
Mtangazaji wa habari zetu za Afrika Kusini mjini Johannesburg.
Hivyo unaweza kuwa mshirika kwenye matangazo yetu. Sio mazungumzo tu, ni fursa yako ya kuchangia maoni yako na kushirikiana na jumuiya ya wasikilizaji wanaotamani mtazamo wako. Tufuate kwenye mitandao ya kijamii. Tembelea tovuti yetu www.channelafrica.co.za na uwe tayari kushiriki na kuchangia maoni yako kwenye Channel Africa. Channel Africa, mtazamo wa Kiafrika.
Africa's voices, Africa's journeys. They all on African Diaries.
40 minutes after 10 p.m. Central Africa time. Let's get into our conversation now. Some people dream about traveling, while others actually do. They build something meaningful from these experiences, and Musidi Mutei is one of those people. Having explored 44 countries and counting, travel isn't just a passion for her, it's a way of life. Now, as the founder of Twins Travel Tandem, she takes every experience that she's learned on the road and she turns it into a travel agency that makes seeing the world feel effortless. From carefully curated experiences to managing every detail behind the scenes, Musidi helps travelers to do what she knows best. That's to pack their bags, go, and truly enjoy the journey. Musidi joins us this evening on the line. Hello to you. Welcome to African Diaries.
Good evening. Thank you for having me.
Ma'am, how long did it take for you to travel 44 countries? Like, part of me is like, what am I doing with my life? How long did it take?
Let's say it's taken me about 12 to 13 years, somewhere around there.
Snap my crackle pops. Okay. All right. That's a long time. What was the inception point for you? What was, at what particular stage do you think to yourself, listen, I want to explore the world and I want to do it through travel?
You know, it was so random. It started with working at OR Tambo International Airport. I had my straight out of high school gig there, and I just saw people flying in and out. What stood out to me is how sad they looked when they were leaving South Africa. And I just wanted to feel what they felt. I thought, let me try leave my home country, go experience something different, and then come back home and see how it feels. The first trip I took was to Thailand, and boy, oh boy, did I not bawl my eyes out when I had to come back home. There's just something about being immersed in a different culture, a different lifestyle, and experiencing something that's different to home, but also being allowed to go back home. And I would say that's when the travel bug bit me.
And I understand that you are one half of a twin set. Did you drag your sister? Was she in it to win it as well? What was the context?
So we were actually quite cheesy. We did everything together. So we had our first job together and we literally worked the same shift and we saw all of this unfold together. And we decided, let's just take the plunge. Let's just book our first trip. So we walked into a shopping mall, found the first travel agency we could find, booked our trip, walked into a store, bought suitcases, a Polaroid camera, and that's literally how it started. And from then on, nothing could stop us.
And how was that first experience? I mean, you being in Thailand must have been exciting. But with the travel agency, we're not going to name drop, but I just want to gauge and I want this to reflect how you have been able to serve your customers, your clientele.
You know, I will say that owning a travel agency or even being a travel agent for any big or small corporate, it all boils down to experience. You can't sell something that you haven't experienced firsthand. So selling a package or an experience and telling somebody you're going to arrive here, this is what to expect, and I promise you the accommodation I've booked will fit into your imagination or your expectations is false. So the reason that we started our business was from firsthand experience. Knowing what we've been through, the highs and the very low lows, is what got us to the point we're at today.
So, and I want us to walk through the story, right? Because I find that stories appeal more to memory than facts. So you and your sister go to Thailand. You now are bawling as you're coming back to South Africa. It's like, oh my goodness, I want to go back again. What happens next? At what point do you look at each other and say, listen, my reflection, I think we should start this business and I think we'd nail it?
That actually took a few years, right? We only probably started the business about 4 to 5 years after our first trip to Thailand. That's after we'd visited Thailand about another 4 times, visited Italy about 2 or 3 times, and basically spanned across different continents. And also having terrible experiences. The most memorable one would be Vietnam. You know, you think, oh, I can just book a trip even if I haven't been there. And that's where it becomes critical with travel agents. So we booked a trip to Vietnam and we flew via Bangkok, had a 2-day layover in Bangkok. When it's time to board the flight to Vietnam, we don't have visas. First red flag. If you haven't experienced it, you won't know. We thought, but come on, it's Asia. You can get a visa on arrival, but they wouldn't let us board the flight. Fast forward, we get our visas, we board the flight, we make it to Vietnam. The language barrier, when I tell you, it was out of this world. There was a point where I didn't even want to leave our hotel room for 48 hours. The language barrier was insane. The hotel we booked was on a super busy road. There was just like motorbikes crossing the road, like just going. It's actually a funny thing. So in Vietnam, they say there's no red lights. It's just green. Go, go, go. Nobody stops at a traffic light. Whether you're a pedestrian, whether you've got like a baby in a stroller, nobody cares. The motorbikes, the buses, everybody's just shooting. It's very busy. So that was very overwhelming. And it kind of brought us back to center to say, okay, next time we book a trip, we're probably going to do a bit more research into this. And it took us back to the point once we'd started our own business that we would never send somebody to a place we haven't experienced firsthand.
And how do you manage to solve for X when it comes to the language barrier? Because I can't imagine that you speak all 44 languages pertaining to the countries that you've been to, right? So how do
No,
we
I
solve
do
for
know.
X?
So listen, I mean, there's like quick cheat codes. I mean, Google Translate is one. If you've got a SIM card, great. You can walk around Google Translate. Learning the simple basics takes you a long way. And if you are a nervous traveler, I'd recommend, booking a hotel where there's a 24/7 concierge where they can kind of translate or book taxis for you or tell you where to go. And also navigating in countries where there isn't too much of a language barrier.
And what would you say your ratio with respect to travel was between the African continent and the other continents? I mean, 44 countries is quite a bit, but how many of those are African?
I can't tell you off the top of my head, but I will say I have not yet explored Africa to its full potential, or rather, we haven't. I think our top two favorites must be Kenya and Rwanda must be our top two favorites.
Why? Why?
Okay, Kenya definitely number one. There's just something about Kenya, the people, the hospitality. There's just like a buzz in the air. It's got that Joburg buzz, right? But it's different. I would say it's like the Joburg buzz, but on like a tropical level. So we've done Mombasa a couple of times, and wow, I would literally go back there in a heartbeat.
And you mentioned Rwanda as well. What is it about Rwanda that stands out for you?
Oh, the history, absolutely the history, the way that the people there, I mean, it doesn't matter who you speak to, at least from my experience, people were so easily able to articulate what happened there, the history, and give you cultural lessons. I mean, you didn't even have to walk into a museum or anything to actually understand where the country has come from and where they're going in the next few years.
The voice there of Musidi Mute joining us this evening, co-founder of Twins Travel Tandem. If you've got questions concerning travel, you're saying, Sheila, listen, I want to know 12365. Send them through to WhatsApp +278 288 6684. We take a quick breather when we get back. We get tips on travel, we get tricks on travel, but also we find out what Twins Travel Tandem has to offer.
Channel Africa is evolving, and so are you. Stay connected wherever you are with our brand new website and mobile app. Stream your favorite shows, catch up on African news, culture, and conversations, all at your fingertips.
Africa is just a tap away.
Your world, your stories, now on the go.
Stay connected wherever you are.
Visit channelafrica.co.za or download the Channel Africa app today. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Turn the page. It's African Diaries on Channel Africa.
We're still in conversation with the co-founder of Twins Travel Tandem. That is Musidi Mute joining us this evening. Musidi, let's get into your offering, right? So you have accumulated years of experience on the road, in planes, on trains, and you and your sister come together, your twin sister, who I believe you share identity with in terms of view. So you guys are identical twins. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep, 100%.
Okay, all right. I saw a picture of the two of you and I was like, must be a reflection. And then I was like, Sheila, no, wake up, wake up. Nevertheless, you accumulate all this data, you start Twins Travel Tandem, and then you decide that we're going to create packages for people who want to peruse other places of the world, people who want to enjoy other states that this beautiful earth has to offer. What were you thinking? What was the context outside I have experienced this? What were some of the fundamentals that you were thinking of when piecing together packages?
Sure. So I'll tell you the first thing that we thought about was there is, especially in South Africa, Johannesburg, where we're from, there's a big market, I would say, middle income earners, people who have enough money to travel, but they just don't know where to start. And we saw that there was a big language barrier as well as a trust factor, and we thought we could bridge that gap. So we're looking at middle income earners, people who may not have the confidence to walk into a big corporate and say, I want to go to this place, and they just don't have the confidence, or even if it's just a language barrier, to advocate for themselves. So we actually started off doing group tours. That was our niche at first. We did group tours and we targeted teachers, nurses, people who just wanted to have a good time, but they're not very clued up on traveling and they need people to kind of baby them and guide them into what they're doing. So at first, it started off as people saying, hey, could you give us advice? Where should we stay if we go here? And then it started escalating, and we're like, oh, well, we might as well just actually curate packages and go with you guys on these trips. And that's what we did pre COVID. We actually had group tours that were going out all over the world, about 20, 30 people in a group, and we would actually travel with them. Post COVID, we still are doing group tours, but people aren't very big on the group idea. With all of the social distancing and limitations that were put into place, we're seeing smaller groups now, and we don't really travel with them as often. But yeah, that's pretty much where we started and where we are today.
Group tours. I found that post COVID, and this is just my own experience, given that I would like to explore the world of solo traveling, came across as something, worth the wait. If you hear that a cohort of people are going to, let's say, Clarence, South Africa, and you're thinking to yourself, I want to travel with myself. I don't want to nag my friends. I don't want to find out who paid, who didn't, I do think is still something on the rise and people are still sort of receptive towards. Are you seeing that your clientele who are looking for group travels are more female than they are male?
Absolutely, yes. We're seeing that as more females. And it's funny that you say that. I think COVID kind of gave people an excuse to avoid their friends or relatives because people are opting for group tours, but it's more from a solo traveler's perspective than a group of 20 friends saying we're doing this together. So nail on the head on that one.
Let's talk about packages for couples and for solo travelers. And I say solo, I mean somebody who's saying, listen, I just want it for me. Do you afford people such?
Yes, we do. Absolutely. So pretty much all of the destinations that we put out on our website or our Instagram page, we allow solo travel, couples, or group tours if they are available.
Let's talk pricing. Price points are very important in this industry, Mosidi.
Yeah,
It's nice to dream and think, oh my goodness, I want to go to Bali. But if the pocket is not saying Bali, then yeah, that's just it. In terms of price points, who do you cater for? Who can aspire to get your services? Who needs to save for the next 2 years before they knock on your door?
So, like I said, we're looking at the middle class income earners, and we will never shy away from that, even lower class income earners. That is what we started with because, listen, we weren't trying to get into business to make money. We're trying to bridge a gap. As people who had started traveling and seen the world, we wanted to bring this experience back home and afford it to other people who just didn't know how to go about it. It is quite intimidating to walk into a place and you say, for example, I want to go to Italy. And then they start shooting off all these city names and you don't even know where to start. The only thing you're thinking of is, oh, the Eiffel Tower. And then it turns out it's not even Italy. And it can get quite intimidating and then you'll end up not traveling. So we cater for pretty much anybody. The budget is limitless. And we also have a lot of packages that we advertise on our Instagram page that says, we'll get you to Terminal A under 30K. And we really will. If you're looking for just a simple trip, not backpacker level, but just 3-star budget hotels, economy flights, a simple experience, we're your girls.
Lastly, is it possible for one to travel luxury style under budget? And I mean this, I of course do not mean like down to the penny, but for those who are saying to themselves, I have tried travel, Sheila, it's just a costly exercise all the time. Is that a truth?
You absolutely can do that. And it also depends on what you mean by luxury. So my personal experience, I will choose what I want my luxurious experience to be. If it's a 5-star hotel, then that's what it is. Or if I really feel like this is a super long flight and I want to fly business class, I will do that. I'll upgrade my flights and then I'll make sure my accommodation is reasonable. And then come on, we'll eat burgers or pizzas off the side of the road every now and again. Nobody on Instagram is going to see that.
I like the fact that you mentioned that nobody on Instagram is going to see that. Quick one, how are you leveraging off social media and how are you telling authentic, real stories about the places you're traveling to?
So we are selling our true authentic experiences. So from shuttles leaving us at the airport because we spent 2 hours at immigration, to having super rainy days and we're cold, we're wet, we spent all our money and we can't do the experience we came here for, to having the most insane time where people literally think, did you guys not sleep for the past 5 days? That is the experience selling. We do a lot of YouTube reviews as well, showing people that we spent a lot of money on this flight ticket. It's first class. This is what we're doing to get our pennies worth. Or sometimes we show people, hey, it's not even a downgrade. Listen, economy flights are good as well. You don't have to have luxurious travels to say you've left the country. And that is where we try to bridge the gap, between social media expectations and reality. Being there, getting plugged in, and just soaking in the experience is so much more important than the photos that you take. But obviously, we use those photos to sell the experience.
Okay, this is my final question, Musidi. For those who are saying, I want to travel, but I need that starter pack. You kind of need to get into a particular headspace, so that you are in tune with where it is you're going to. What are 4 things that are complete must-have? You cannot leave without them. You need them all the time.
Definitely your passport. You can't go anywhere without that. A cell phone, by all means. If you get lost, you need to rebook a flight. Anything that happens, contact your family. You need your cell phone. Money, cash is king. I would say I wouldn't even consider a bank card. Cash is king. There's a lot of countries that actually don't have ATMs at work, or it takes you a while to find an ATM that will accept international cards. And then lastly, you need something to capture the memories. Whether it's a camcorder, a video recorder, your cell phone, whatever it is, I say even a journal even would help. I would say capturing the memories is ultimately the most important thing.
Masidi, you've left me with so many ideas. I'm excited. I can't wait for my next trip. And I think I like the idea of journaling as you go. Imagine having a Polaroid, journaling, taking a picture, and then sticking it in that journal. Oh, my goodness. Look at you making me excited this evening. Ma'am, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
The voice there of the co-founder of Twins Travel Tandem, that is Musidi Muthe, joining us this evening. 58 after 10 p.m. Central Africa time.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection.
6 years of African conversations that matter.
This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Broadcast excellence, rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
60 years of broadcasting Africa to the world. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Growing with Africa for 60 years. Channel Africa celebrates 2026 with the African perspective. Conversations that touch the heart and inspire change. Here on African Diaries, only on Channel Africa. Join us on www.channelafrica.co.za.
It is 11 p.m. Central African time. A blessed and beautiful one to you and yours. Welcome to African Diaries, from the world of travel all the way through to the world of film and television and journalism. In this hour, we're going to be speaking to our very own Sthakazelo Dlamini, who is a digital journalist with over 10 years experience in the South African Broadcasting Corporation, and that course weighs in heavily into how she, affords us beautiful stories. She's also a South African Radio Award nominated content producer who specializes in digital media. And so we're going to be looking at the context of TV, the context of film, but also the context of news. That conversation comes your way in a short bit. It is a minute after 11 p.m. Central Africa time.
Africa speaks. on African Diaries with Sheila Ndikumana. The voice of the continent, now online, with all your sports fixtures, lifestyle, and more.
When I look into the mirror, it's your grace I see. It's your mercy I see. It's your love I feel. When I look into the mirror, it's your grace I see. It's your mercy I see. For I sing all my life. I don't deserve it, Lord. Yes, I don't deserve it, Lord. But you love me still. And I love you, Lord. I don't deserve it, Lord. Yes, I don't deserve it, Lord. I don't deserve it, Lord. How I love you, Lord.
You never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you. You never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you. You never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you. You never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you. Looking back on my life, I've never found peace. I've never found love. I have all in you. Looking back on my life, I've never found love. I've never found peace. I have all in you, all in you. I don't deserve it. No, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I have all in you, all in you. No, I don't deserve it. No, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it. I have all in you, all in you. You never, never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you. You never sleep. You are watching over me. Watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you. Guide me. You never cease watching over me. You guide me. I have all in you, all in you.
It is 10 minutes after 10, or rather 11 p.m. Central Africa time. If you have just joined us, beautiful music there by Senior Oat, and that one titled All in You, and that alongside Kenny Chenda. Before that, we had Nomfundo Mo with that one titled Isbusi. So we're going to take a quick breather. When we get back, we're going to be talking all things the world of journalism and the digital space. I have been punting film and television. However, we are taking a different look with Thayazelo. We are getting into the world of journalism and how authentic news offerings are in our present day and age. And she's one of our very own award-nominated content producer. Her name is Thayazelo Dlamini. Let's take a quick breather.
Africa It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K.
Or more of our forests have been destroyed.
Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
See, Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Only 4 days to go until the new era on SABC2 takes full effect. And one show we are looking forward to is Entlek Let's Connect, hosted by Penny Libiani and Fran Rico. This is strong, credible, relatable voices coming through to give us this conversation-led show that connects culture, lifestyle, and real stories. I know that a few high-profile guests that will be on the show that we can expect are people such as Somizi Mhlongo, as well as other South African personalities.
As Africa renews, so does its voices. 60 years of Channel Africa. Your passport to Africa's untold stories. Only on African Diaries. Weekdays, 10 till midnight.
Father set me free from the shackles of my haters. Spent 200K on the watch, not for flex, motivation and purpose. He set the table before me to showcase all my blessings. I did guidance for the trot back at the scheme, I did plot. And now it's pushed to start. Back to back, I did make them mad. And there's no denial, nobody had that. The way I did me, I did on top. Private room for Louis Vuitton. 5-star, no be nickname, give me the money. Over the fame. See what we done. No be wallpaper, we they live this life. If you bring bad vibes, I go exit chat to you alive. See what we done. No be talk, we they show working evidence they come. Till eternity. Till eternity. Set me free from the shackles of my haters. 9 million the house, no be flex, motivation and purpose. I for do master cause baby I'm in different house, different location. So sicker than patience. Yes, I took a pause. See I'm back now, the king's on top. And no denier, nobody had that. When me day, me a day on top. Private room every time we shop. Easy no be nickname, give me the money. Over the fame. See what we done. No be wallpaper, we they live this life. If you bring bad vibes, I go exit chat to you alive. See what we done. No be talk, we they show working evidence they go. Till eternity. Till eternity.
16 after 11 p.m. Central African time. King promise on that one titled See What We've Done alongside Mr. Easy. Time for us to talk all things journalism meeting the world of the digital age and era. And joining us to have this conversation is Thakazelo, who I cannot believe decided not to be in studio. It's Thakazelo. Award-winning, award-nominated content creator, producer for, of course, for her stellar work, but she's also behind the production of the Africa World Hour hosted by Tshepiso Mokwetla. Ma'am, for 10, 12, and 16.3 marks, you were with us. You were with us. How are you doing?
I am well, Sisi. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
I apologize profusely.
Ma'am, you know what? These are things we will discuss behind the doors, behind the closed doors. Let's start off with looking at the world of digital journalism. It's sort of taken flight in a very interesting way over the past 5 years, right? Before we had credible sources, we trusted the blue tick. Now people can buy the blue tick. And everybody's reporting on everything. What's your take as a journalist in the digital space?
I think, first of all, thank you for having me. It's such an honor to be on your platform. I think the digital journalism space has evolved a lot in the past 10 or so years. I remember when I began my journalism career, it was kind of a taboo almost. I remember even having to explain to some of my superiors that this thing called Twitter, or now X, is a thing that we'll be using in the future. Because at the time it seemed to them like it was a social media thing that people with their friends would gossip about, and you'd use it as a channel for frivolous conversations. And I'm actually very proud to see that a lot of very credible information is now being sourced from social media. But obviously you do need to know how to do your own background and kind of research and find out if something is credible. The Twitter being able to, X, see, I'm showing my age now. X allowing you to be able to buy the verification status, I think has also shifted the game a bit, because for the longest time it was the bigger accounts that would have that credibility of being verified. And now you can simply just pay an amount to the corporation and Bob's your uncle. So it then means that also the audience has to be discerning in who they trust for the information. But I'm excited. I'm excited about where we are going, particularly on the African continent, when it comes to digital media and the use of digital media in how we tell stories and how we advance our own agenda and allow ourselves to communicate back and forth without, I guess, the big brother of authorities in a way. It also allows us, something as interesting as being able to open your own space on a social media platform like X, also gives you that ability as a community to gather your own community and discuss the things that are important to you as a group without having to be physically together. And I think COVID actually changed a lot of the way that we see digital media and the way that we see storytelling. For everything that it did in that aspect, I think it was a good thing.
The voice there of South African Radio Award-nominated content producer Thakazelo Dlamini, one of our very own, and we talking digital journalism and the authenticity and, of course, the era that is. We're going to be exploring following, we're going to be exploring credibility and so much more. If you have questions, do find us on WhatsApp, +27 83288 6684.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge et Binal Export depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions. Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
The story that moves the continent. It's on African Diaries on Channel Africa.
22 minutes after 11 p.m. Central Africa time, we are still in conversation with South African Radio Award-nominated content creator, or rather content producer, and that is Sithakazelo Dlamini, who is also the producer behind Africa World Hour with Tshepiso Makwetla. Sithakazelo, do you think of yourself as a content creator in context?
Yes and no. I think content creation, the term content creation has kind of boxed a lot of people into this one category. But I do believe that what I do is create content. So in a sense, I am a content creator. But not in the sense that everyone else understands content creation as. I'm not sure if that makes sense to you. So for instance, by the time the content I produce on a show gets to be on the show, I've spent countless hours researching, double-checking, verifying, corroborating, and making sure that the facts that I have are authentic. And there's also, I do have to give people right of reply. So it's not the same, but also it is the same. I don't know if that makes sense.
It is. It's making absolute sense because, as you have rightfully put it, you are piecing together content. And you are angling it. I mean, production is where you play the architect of a show. You curate what people will be receiving. You give them the facts and the knowledge based on an angle that you have sat and sort of thrashed through. Speaking about that, let's get back to the conversation at hand. You had said that you were excited for where we find ourselves. Sean on social media somewhat begs to differ, introducing the conversation around AI, which I think we'll touch on in just a bit. I want to talk to you about following. Following at some point proved credibility in whatever context, right? Kim Kardashian was highly followed for lifestyle. She is a reputable figure in that space. In an age where you can buy following, where following isn't necessarily because you're a credible character, but more so you are authentic to the storytelling of the context. And sometimes it's not facts, it's just your opinion. How do we now begin to fact check sources? Because we can't rely on following. We can't say Sithakazelo is a highly followed individual on social media and has 50 million followers, therefore we can trust what comes from Sithakazelo.
That is actually one of the dicey aspects of this whole digital media aspect conversation, because not only are you able to buy following, you can actually, there are accounts, dormant accounts that you can buy. People sell their accounts that they've had for years and years and have accumulated. So this is actually some of the social media accounts become as provocative and as topical as possible in order to garner as many organic followers as possible. And then as soon as they have a lot of followers, then they sell it to the highest bidder. So if you, for instance, think that follow a personality with like 2 million followers will then translate to credibility in whatever they're talking about, you may find yourself in a sticky situation. That's why it's important to verify information. Verify if someone says to you, the sky is blue. Just check if the sky is blue first before you rebroadcast that and tell everyone that the sky is blue, and then find yourself in a lot of trouble. And also, what is also changing the narrative is the fact that African brands are becoming a lot more litigious. So you don't want to find yourself in a situation where you retweeted something and the law, wherever you are, because obviously there's different laws for different countries. But in some countries, if you retweet something, it's as good as you broadcasting it. So you might want to be very careful about that. But yeah, I think it's tricky, but also exciting. And also it goes back to also that comment you made about AI. And there are some accounts that where you'll never see the face of a person. So you don't know what the person behind the account looks like. And all they do is essentially, comment on things that they find interesting. And there are people who are just essentially trolls, for a lack of a better word, and that's all they ever do is just go up and down the timeline and just spew as much venom as possible. So you need to juxtapose the information against what you are able to find out about the subject matter, and also use your own discretion. I would advise that very strongly, actually.
Stayazelo, you had shared your excitement by saying that we're now beginning to form communities, right?
Yeah.
And I want to find out from you how news outlets, how journalists, how people who have sat down, done the thorough research, people who have equipped themselves with the knowledge can stay not necessarily as captains of industry, but as the lead voices in the storytelling when communities are being formed and we're trusting our peers more than we're trusting news outlets. How do you stay authentic? How do you stay top of the food chain in terms of information sharing? And also, how are you the lead voice in this context?
So that is I think that's one of the reasons why we study this journalism thing first, and then the digital media aspect comes after. Because I think for me, the core of who I am is a journalist first, and then everything else after. Before I'm able to impart knowledge, I need to make sure that I'm comfortable with it. I'm comfortable enough to say to you, Sheila, I'll use the sky being blue analogy. I need to be comfortable enough to say to you, Sheila, hey, my friend, the sky is blue, because I've done my research. I know that there is information backing up this information, even if it was someone who told me that the sky is blue. Now, the difference between myself, who is a journalist in the digital media space, and say maybe someone who's a content creator and will just share things and opinions and without verifying and fact checking and making sure that things are accurate and it's balanced. The difference between me and that person is also comes down to credibility, because that's how I'm able to maintain my credibility. I'm able to maintain my credibility by making sure that my information is correct and it's accurate. Whereas someone whose job is not to make sure things are accurate, they have the liberty to just, broadcast anything, any and everything as and when they wish. And also what is important is realizing, I think one of the things that I did from a very young age was start to look at myself as a brand. And so I was very conscious of what I post and how I post it. And for the longest time, I actually paid more attention, because what I also do is manage social media accounts for clients. And for the longest time, I'm spending so much time doing that work and making sure the clients' accounts are tip top and they are topical and everyone is talking about that client. But in the background, my own accounts are now falling behind because I'm so busy. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment is I'm getting back into the swing of things and kind of coming back with my own content that that speaks to who I am as an individual, as a journalist, as a young Black woman, as a young professional, that sort of conversation. So yeah, that's what that is kind of the difference between me and someone who has the freedom to just say and do as they please. I unfortunately cannot. I take very seriously one of my journalism lecturers who said, you're only as good as your last article or last program or last anything as a journalist. So I take that very seriously. So I don't want to make those kinds of mistakes. And yes, there are times when things, kind of fall through the cracks. But part of the joy of being a credible source of that kind of in that kind of space is that even when a ball is dropped, there is credibility in saying, hey, we got this incorrectly, but here's the correct thing, as opposed to just moving along,
Agreed. And then lastly, Stagazolo, in a world where deepfakes are making presidents say things that they've never said, deepfakes are creating news bulletins where people are reading out things that were never read. How do we fact check? Perhaps mine is to ask you, as a citizen of a society, of the world, how do I fact check and ensure that what I'm consuming, what I'm reading, is in actual fact truth?
The deepfakes conversation is so important because I actually was recently studying towards an online management qualification with the University of the Witwatersrand. And one of the conversations we're having with my peers is that, unfortunately, because information is not as easily available for some people. Yes, a lot of people, the large majority of Africans have cell phones and have access to internet and can search anything at any point. The quality of the information that they're getting is a bit suspect sometimes, particularly people who may not have access to people who will tell them and say, hey, there's no way Beyonce is sending you a voice note telling you to deposit 5,000 Rand into their account. I personally, in my mind, Beyonce and I are besties, but I know it's not possible. I know it's not possible. So it's a matter of just kind of educating the public, especially the older generation. I think the generation that I come from, we were kind of in the middle of everything. So we were introduced to digital media and all these things at a later stage, and when our brains had developed enough to be responsible about what we post, and also be responsible about what our conduct moving forward. So unfortunately, the generations before us, they didn't have the opportunity to be educated about what it is, what is credible and what is not. And the best way I would say is to, first of all, if a video is of someone that has no place selling Bitcoins, I think you might want to check if that video is true, because a deepfake is you can tell. If you pay enough attention, you can tell that the speech is off sync, the even how the person who's speaks is unnatural. If you pay close enough attention, you can tell. But it's only because we have the knowledge to know what to look for in these videos. For someone who is in a rural area somewhere and they are sharing WhatsApp videos of Beyonce asking for them to send money, it could be, believable for them. So I think education is key in this aspect. Education is key. You do need to make sure that your audience is awake and alive to these things. AI is great. It's amazing. If used correctly, but if used incorrectly, it will then derail that whole conversation. Because I can't even tell you how many stories I've told of older women in some far-flung area of South Africa who got a voice note from some person who is a prominent figure, or allegedly the person being the sender of the voice note, and they transferred money to an account. Something as simple as, digital education in Africa is something we need to really pay attention to. Because it's all of the work that goes along with it that actually impacts how we ultimately are able to have these conversations as Africans. You've seen in protests, recent protests, a lot of protests were kind of spurred and conversations were had in these social media platforms, and communities were formed, and people got an opportunity to voice out their discontent about certain things in their lives, in their communities, and that's how they sometimes able to mobilize. But when it comes to the older generation, especially those in power, because for them it's still such a foreign concept, it seems like a threat. It seems like a threat for people to have these open and candid conversations, and in a place that is unregulated by anyone. There is no big brother, and so people can just be, as honest as possible. And unfortunately, some leaders have a problem with that. So education is key. Education.
Sure. Starazelo, as you were mentioning that you've covered numerous stories where someone was duped into thinking that a prominent figure is asking for some kind of leverage. I see a text coming through on TikTok where Nelson is saying that they once had a video call with Connie Ferguson.
Wow.
And on that very interesting note, I think we're going to park the conversation at that, just emphasizing the importance of being able to suss out, is this credible information? Starazelo, thank you so much for joining us. This has been an absolute pleasure, aka Beyonce's bestie. Thank you. For joining us this evening. The voice there of South African Radio Award-nominated content producer Starazelo Dlamini. She's also behind the production of Africa World Hour here on Channel Africa. It is 39 after 11 p.m. Central Africa time.
Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. Musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you will be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection.
6 years of African conversations that matter.
This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
The sound of Africa is evolving. Experience our new mobile app. Free to download, free to connect.
Hey, yo, Tron.
Eti nimemlambisha ananambia chumbeza, tena nikizidisha ananambia koleza, nikitaka kusitisha ananambia ongeza, japo imethibitishwa ila itampoteza. Ikipanda ni bala, ikishuka ndo hatari, asijepata madhara, akaikosa na hali, ladha yake msala, shira ya Kizanzibari, na misi mjimi wala, akitaka nampa aisukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia. Na akili ya njaa juu mjasifanyi ajizi na mjazi aja juu jana vitangawizi, yeah. Baba chanja chukua vyote chukua, vitafune nganja chakua mwaya chakua, ujibusti na karanga tuliza na kitumbua, ila jihadhari na majanga we, usije ukaugua, mana ikipanda ni bala, ikishuka ndo hatari, asijepata madhara, akaikosa na hali, ladha yake msala, shira ya Kizanzibari, na misi mjimi wala, akitaka nampa aisukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia sukari, nampatia sugar sukari, nampatia. Imroge kwa nini kasanoge, tambua, tambua sukari ni tamukolea, tambua, asema tambua, tambua, we tambua, tambua, alua, tambua, we tambua, nasema tambua, tambua, we tambua, unawa kama unafua, iguru nyanyua, tambua.
Growing with Africa for 60 years. Channel Africa celebrates 2026 with the African perspective.
I really wanna tell you how my day went. Really want to spend the weekend. I for sure you this thing I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, but I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the face, baby. And maybe every other place, baby. You be like, say I don't remember, say I don't really know you that well. Hey, hey.
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. We can go there if
I
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. I'm too polite to insult your intelligence. Why do I believe that we have met? Maybe not in this life. Time's frozen for a second, so I'm thinking tonight. Break the ice, or better still, we can set it aside. Temporarily, my temperature is telling me that you got me so hot. Stop, girl, there is no remedy. But you don't know me well enough to reply. And I don't really know you that well. It's funny, you have something in your teeth, but would you try to stop me if I wanna take it out? Cause you don't know me properly. Girl, I think you're lovely, but you turn this bad boy into a busybody. I see you're too busy for me. Or maybe I'm just busy for me. Will you call me when you're ready for me? It's crazy, baby, how I don't care at all. Then I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna tell you how my day went.
How my day went.
Really want to spend the weekend. I for sure you this thing I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, but I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the
face, baby.
And maybe every other place, baby. It be like say I don't remember, say I don't really know you that well.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. We can go there if
I
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well.
So you be my controller. See me see this parola. I just wanna come home to you. Spend every night telling bad jokes to you. Be my boyfriend, I'll be up in my boyfriend jeans. Have a baby with my boyfriend jeans. If you want my boyfriend, I'll be up in my boyfriend dreams. But I don't really know you that well. I wanna go with you, do this life with you, ride or die for you. But I don't really know you that well. I really wanna tell you how my day went.
How my day went.
Really want to spend the weekend. I for sure you this thing I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, but I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the face,
baby.
And maybe every other place, baby. It be like say I don't remember, say I don't really know you that well.
We can go there
if I
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. We can go there
if I
want to, but me, I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. I don't really know. But you knew that.
.49 after 11 p.m. Central African time. Ladi Po and that one alongside Somi taking us to Nigeria. Know You is the name of the song. Before that, we had Zuchu coming in with Sukari. Sukari meaning sugar. I see that our team is really ready for the month of love, playing all the love music in the world. My question to you is, how does that make you feel? +27 83288 6684.
As the sun rises on 2026, Channel Africa celebrates with you. This year, may prosperity flow like water. May unity strengthen our nations. And may every African story inspire the world.
Channel Afrique vous accompagne dans cette célébration. Que l'espoir illumine notre continent.
Que as vozes de África ecoem com orgulho.
Ustawi na ufanisi na vitiririke kama maji.
From all of us at Channel Africa, we wish you and yours a joyful, successful, and prosperous 2026.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
10 minutes before the show comes to an end, joining us is Morris Touch of the Afro Republic. Before we delve into conversations with Morris, just a quick reflection on the conversations that were. We spoke to twins travel tandem, Musidi Motei, who is a co-founder thereof. And we were talking about this travel agency that came to exist because these set of twins decided, listen, we are going to travel and have done done so over the past 13 years, having explored 44 countries. And so we were looking at that detail. And then in the second hour of the show, Tagazelo Dlamini joining us on the line. That is South African Radio Award nominated content producer. And she was talking to us about the world of digital journalism, the authenticity behind it given the advent of technology and the developments thereof. And essentially, who do we trust? How do we trust? What do we do in terms of drawing real, credible news? And she shared her thoughts and views. Morris, hello. How are you?
Sheila Ndikumana, how are you doing?
I'm not going to lie, Morris. It's one of them days. It's one of them days. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well. Love, love is in the air. It feels like time again way to buy those roses. That a lot of it is to receive them.
Morris,
it's
Morris, I must interrupt you there, good sir. The network is networking elsewhere. I don't think the month of love is trying to accommodate you in your network. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to shift a little bit and then just give us a young hello so we can know that you're with us.
All right, I'm with you. I still can hear you.
Fantastic. Yes.
We'll separate her.
Go for it, Morris. What can we expect on the Afro Republic?
The month of love has kicked in, and the music also speaks the very same. Friday, we'll be entering Friday in a few minutes, in about 8 minutes time, and we're going Friday to take you to those fantastic memories of yesteryear. We don't make them here. We don't make any memories here, but what we simply do is just bring them back. So the music that will dominate the playlist is music that comes through from yesteryear. We'll run with you. That's between 12 midnight and 3 a.m. Central African time. We still have our connection point. We're still connecting you to the beautiful continent of Africa. I hear you were talking about these tweets that have traveled about 48 countries, and we will give you ideas of where to go. We'll tell you which beautiful place in Africa to experience. Yesterday, we experienced the country of, we have done Mauritius, we have done Seychelles, and we have done Comoros. Yes, so we're getting into another fantastic country within the continent of Africa, and we get to explore and give you an idea of what to add on your bucket list.
Morris, that sounds exciting, and we look forward to that. The voice of Morris Touch of the Afro Republic. He's with you at midnight, and he journeys with you this beautiful Friday morning until 3 a.m. Central Africa time. From the team and I, it has been a pleasure keeping you company this here Talk Thursdays. All things trend is what we explore on a Thursday. We do hope that you take care of yourselves, you travel more, connect with more people, experience things outside your own four walls, your own set of understanding. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that one. To the team that has been, thank you a ton. On digital, we had Nkankangobo as well as Elaine Vengani. On technical production, we had Tito Macau. And on production, we had Kitty Petla. The name is Sheila Ndikumana, and until we meet again, cheers.
Africa's heart beats one story at a time on African Diaries with Sheila.